Hello everyone, Gigs here once again on my 1.14 Snapshot world. So I'm on my playing world, not the test world, as you can see, all the land around it. I was going to work on trying to bring you iron golem farms and changes to those and bits and pieces, but the more I look at it, the more I've sort of looked into it to try and see what designs are working out there at the moment. There seems to be a lot of changes to the way villages work and the way iron golem farms will work. There are a couple of designs out there that are working at the moment but produce very low IG spawn rates. So I thought, well, I might as well hang around and wait a while until things are settled a bit. Mojang is still asking people for feedback on iron golem farms, which is really good to hear. They seem to be really willing to engage with the community, and that's what you want from your software developers. So instead I thought I would show you my villager breeder, which I'm sitting up on top of right now, and show you what I have done in order to make my villagers breed in here, as well as show you one of the newer villages that has come out. So we'll pop on up here. I haven't done anything really on this world in quite a while. I've been quite busy with my other projects, but you'll see up here I've got my little villagers in here, and they are producing babies quite nicely. I did only have the 3 up here. I was wondering whether or not they would produce enough babies, and just the last 10 minutes they've produced 3 babies, so that's not bad. I don't know why he's a normal brown coat. That might be a little bit buggy. So I'll just get rid of these trapdoors so the babies can go running away and floating in. So that's basically 3 babies in the space of 10 minutes with 3 villagers, so that's not too bad. That's a pretty good rate. I mean, obviously I'm not having to deal with any TPS lag or anything like that, because this is just me on this world. So one thing to note with these guys with the latest snapshot is I hadn't traded with all 3 of these. Now the farmer who I had traded with has kept his old trades and his old trade style, so he's still his normal self. However, this guy here who I hadn't traded with is now in the new system. So there may be part of the update is that it recognises a villager who's been traded with versus one who hasn't, and it just updates their trades. I can't remember if I traded with this guy. No, obviously I didn't. I don't normally trade with butchers anyway, so that would make sense. They, again, are quite good at breeding. Now down here I have what used to be where all my doors were that were... get out of the way, that were helping this be a village. So, but now what I have, hello Mr. Nitwit, yes, he was stuck down here, but what I've done is I did push the doors out. I left the doors in here because I'm still not 100% sure. I removed the doors and just had beds down here, and they didn't seem to be breeding. I put the doors back and they were showing hearts as if they wanted to breed, but I did only have 4 beds here. So they were showing hearts but weren't breeding. So what I did, get out of my way, oops. What I did was and you see the hearts are going furiously there. Just bring it up here. So what I did was, boink, popped some beds out here, and it's definitely got them furiously breeding. I wasn't sure if I was going to need to add anything extra, like some of the workbenches and things, to try and get them to work. What I do find interesting is you'll see that every so often, and obviously that's someone who's not willing to breed with this guy here, is that sometimes they will pop out little angry signs, like when you hit them. So you see them there. So I'm not, or either that or they're mad that I'm watching, I don't know. But they keep doing that. It's quite funny. But yeah, no, so they're breeding quite happily. They throw food at each other, not having any issues with the breeding at all. So I'm quite happy with that. Now let me just pop on back over this way, because I'm going to sleep first, because I don't really want to be dealing with mobs. Let's get rid of them. Now I'm going to pop over to my village down here and show you the newer villager that we have here. So yes, I had a wandering trader open the gates. He seemed quite happy to walk through the gates, and he's been here for a couple of days. What are you doing? And how? Get down there. Okay, well that's new. Villagers use ladders. And how did you guys get in here? Like, oh, babies. Babies must have gotten in here and grown up. Yep, there's one in there. You guys are annoying. You can see my villagers down here. I didn't have this many down here. When I loaded the new snapshot in, you can see all the love hearts. They decided they would get busy. Like, this babies in here as well will be some of the ones that have come down from the breeder. But, yeah. Now, I did section this guy off so that I could talk to him, and this is going to be fun with all this love hearts all over the place. Everyone's getting a bit squishy. So essentially this guy is a mason. So he's got a bit of a black coat there. You do have other people with black coats. I'm trying to see if I've got one in here. We saw the armor smith up there that had the black coat, but I can't really see this. You guys are really annoying squishing in here. But anyway, the mason seems to be trading clay for emeralds, so that's something new. Although clay's a limited resource, so unless they're going to do something to make it so that clay's craftable, I don't know how much you would be trading it, but here we go. He will also sell you 10 bricks for 1 emerald. So let's get ourselves some bricks. Now, keeping in mind that the old way of unlocking these guys is different now, because we have these bars here, and you need to basically max out their trades. See, now he's stuck there. He's not going to do anything more until that has passed, and I don't think I have any clay in order to push his bars out any further. Let me go see if I've got some, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back, and the news is not good. It's not good at all. Look, these are snapshot releases, and with snapshot releases we expect bugs, and that's nothing unusual. In one of the snapshot bugs, I lost almost all my villagers due to the lighting being glitched and zombies spawning inside where I had them locked away. This time round, I don't know whether this is glitchy or not, but this guy, I've been waiting an hour now for his trades to unlock, and it's not happening. He's stuck there, nothing more's happening. I've logged out, I've logged back in. Well, actually the game crashed on me when I was opening a chest. It's not changed him at all. Yeah, I don't know what... You can't unlock them, unfortunately. That's just the way the game mechanics are now, that you have to wait time, and the time, they're supposed to be able to trade, 1 to 2 times a day. I've gone through multiple days, and it's just not happening. So unfortunately I'm not going to be able to see what other things he unlocks as he goes forward at this time. I will come back to it though. Like, I'll do another episode and I will show him off. There's a few things that I wanted to show off. I did have 2 villagers that got out of here climbing up the ladder. Well, they were babies, and when they grew up they were able to get out of the ladder because they were sitting on the top. The second I opened this gate, just for a couple of seconds, there's one there and the other one's all the way over there. So that's a really weird AI that they would run that far from the village. That guy admittedly is kind of floating around my village up there, but he still left this one to go all the way over there. Could be a fluke that he's found that. This guy here, tried to get him back in through the... But he just, see, so he runs. So it's the mechanics, the AI seems to be all wrong. those two, when they were in here, had a baby, and the baby grew up. He's all the way over here. This is how long I've been waiting. Those two grew up, had a baby, and their baby grew up. So he is here somewhere. He was pacing up and down here. I don't know where he's gone now. He could even be the moose for all I know. They're not smart. There is supposed to be a mechanic where I can ring the bell and that they will run into the nearest home. It didn't work for any of them. It's not there. The two guys that were up there, all they did was pace up and down the fence line, the far fence line there. And then the guy that I had in here, he just kept pacing up and down this fence line. So, but they're supposed to run into the nearest home, and these are two homes with two beds, two doors. It makes no sense. This is, again, you've got all these buildings here that have got the beds inside of them. So he had plenty to choose from, but he chose to just sit there and keep pacing up and down. And even when nighttime came, he just kept on pacing. It just didn't stop. So it's a little bit, yeah, I think the AI is just buggy, and I'm going to have to wait for maybe another snapshot release for it all to... And look, potentially he's died, because if a pillager guys came along, they would have shot and killed him. Unfortunate. But yeah, so I can't really show off as much as I wanted to. I also wanted to show off, I definitely can't see him anywhere. I also wanted to show off pillager raids with the totem bait guys that I had parked down there, but for some reason my existing pillager commanders or patrol commanders aren't bringing on the bad omen effect, so that wasn't working. So I'm going to have to capture myself some new ones, I think. It's just everything seems to just not be going quite the way I planned it. So yeah. So I know I've talked about a couple of things, but I can't really show everything off to you. I mean, other than the fact that obviously, yes, I can get my villager breeder working again, which is fantastic. These guys are all quite happily down here. I haven't had any new babies. See, these guys have gone a little bit bonkers too since I rang the bell earlier on in this area. I brought the bell down here to ring it. And now, see, they just do that pacey thing now. So it's... I've definitely upset them with the bell, which is annoying. You can see my guys up over there are happy as Larry. Don't think they'll breed. They don't seem to breed if I'm not in the vicinity, so that's quite good. I don't want too many babies stuck down here while I'm still trying to unlock the mason guy. The reason I wanted to show off the raids is that, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but raids now, before you used to get a totem from an evoker if you had the highest bad omen and you got the final wave. Now you can get the evokers in wave 5 to 7, which means you've got more opportunities to get totems, and you obviously don't need as high bad omen level in order to get that. So, but the guys, yes, I had plonked over there for some reason, aren't giving me the bad omen effect. Now whether that's because I had them pre the snapshot or whether it's just again another snapshot bug, I'm not sure. Again, sometimes these snapshots can come out and be quite buggy. It's not so bad when you're in a test world and you can artificially create the environment and, you know, spawn in all the right things, but and give yourself an omen effect and things like that. But in my survival world, that doesn't quite go according to plan all the time. But definitely I will park this for now. I'll release this video anyway, just so that you can see what I have done. But big apologies that I wasn't able to do more, and if we get another release this week, I'll try and get another video out. Other than that, thanks for joining me once again, fumbling through another update. Oh, hello Mr. Llama. You have a great day.